So we're on the ferry from Opua to Russell. Cost of this is about $32 return for a small camper. Once you get off the ferry, it's about 6k into the Russell township. There are a couple of back roads to get round to Russell, but the price of fuel would far outweigh the price of the ferry. Okay, we've arrived at Russell and we're going to stay at the RSA. And we've rung them up and there's a guy popping down whether we have to sign in or to show us where we can park and things. $20 a night, and we'll be staying here for 3 nights. So this is our parking spot. Of course, Russell was also called Kororika, and the cannon that you can see here was used as defence in the 1800s and then went down to Dunedin on exhibition and then was sent back in 1918.
Time for a dip. Amanda's already in, I've been in as well, but I thought I'd come back and get you in the camera. Show you how nice it is. Sort of like a pebbly. Just a nice steps. Anyway.
Plenty of places to sit and eat on the foreshore.
Amanda came down to watch me cast, watched 10 casts and left. And then 2 casts later, I got a snapper. Life in the camper in the evening. Because we've got the news on, and sometimes we just use the wee iPad for the news, which is perfect. I'm on dinner duty, so we've got some potatoes in the pot. And what's amazing is we've got snapper, made a bit of batter for it. There we go. Oh, look at that. Dinner. Courtesy of Russell from Russell.
Any tourists have left by this time of the evening, so it's just nice to be able to wander down the wharf and watch the sun go down. A bit of a gem that we've just discovered is the Oniroa Bay, which is just over the hill about 1k from Russell. Never knew it was there. Even better, Amanda discovered the coffee van. Fantastic spot for swimming. Nice sandy beach, gradually goes out and the temperature is lovely and warm. Well, we're away again after 3 nights of a pleasant time in Russell, wandering around the township.
Here we are now coming into the ferry. We're crossing over to Opua. It's probably a 5-minute ferry ride. You don't book, you just turn up, and we've bought a return ticket, so we'll be on when the next boat arrives.
We're on the Opua ferry in Opua and Russell. Might be a bit steep driving off. Glad I haven't got a caravan in these situations. You have to go over on an angle if you have got a caravan, is the best way. They leave the trucks and that to get off last, bring the cars off each side. Here's somebody that's walked on. The looks of it, it's $2 to just hop on as a passenger. Here. He whacked the back corner, didn't he? Yeah. Today we're just heading back up to Kerikeri. It's time to empty the grey water and waste and to get a bit of washing done. Just stopped for a coffee and a bite to eat.
Here we are in Kaeo, which is about 20 minutes north of Kerikeri.
And it's lunchtime.
burger and chips and a nice date's gone. Instagram photo.
Kaale has its share of flooding. This is from 1910. This boat looks like it's become the new graffiti board. We're going to take a wee diversion off the main road here to Taupo Bay, which we've heard is very good for swimming. What a gorgeous view down the coast. Lots of little one-way bridges. Wow, I think I've just arrived at paradise. I think this is the best park for the afternoon. Yeah, Ben just got to get the togs on. I might do the same. Well, we love the swimming. Now we're heading off to Manganui. By the 1860s, Manganui was the administrative centre for the far north. Government offices, hotels, hospital and coastal shipping links with Auckland. Gum digging and flax milling boosted the growth in the 19th century. To get the important stuff,
Yeah.
tomato
There's
sauce.
tomato sauce.
This is the historic Manganui Hotel, and they sell fish and chips off the side. So we've been to the Manganui fish shop,
Recommended by a local, this one.
but where the local said this is a pretty good spot to come as well. And it is, because they've got seats here and we can look out on the harbour. Beautiful. This grocery store is a cracker. It's actually worth going to, as well as the Manganui fish shop. But what's good about the grocery store is actually built on like a boathouse, and you can see down the aisles out to sea, which is pretty cool. It's a very pleasant place to be. Probably stay here longer, but there's no real accommodation in Manganui itself. I think the fire station, was it? Used to let people stay there, but someone's probably abused it or just too much hassle to look
It's
after.
all up on a hill, there's no real flat areas here.
On this occasion, if we just hop over the hill in front of us here, we get over to Cooper's Beach, which has got a good name for itself as a place to stay beside the bowling club. Well, it's not a pretty place, but it's very functional. This is where we've stayed for the last 2 nights. And there's a row here you can park in. We came in last night and ended up being the people beside the rubbish bins. Anyway, all of this is a car park beside the bowling club. And it's got a new dress on today. Hop shop special, nice blue. There we are.
I've worked out everyone around here wears dresses, so I need to join the trend.
We're ready to go to Butler's Whaling Museum. You can tell them the story about booking.
And so it was actually quite a funny story in the end. I really wanted to go to this museum. It's only open by arrangement, so I rang up, emailed the lady, and she said that's fine. This today at 11 o'clock. So I said, well, there's 2 of us, and she said, I just need to let you know that there's a minimum $100 to open. So, and then we got an email from Raywin this morning to say there are other people arriving, so the $50 will now become $30. So good job we stuck with it, and we're going to enjoy it. We'll let you know.
Check the little fix I did on the air was getting in after they changed my fuel filter again and making the camper go slow. So I've done a couple of moddies. That's the fuel filter there, and the entry and exit is going on the back, and you'll see I've got a rubber there that I've tied on. And I was looking at the fuel pipe running down the back here, and the air was coming in and the fuel was dropping out back down into the tank. We're just heading off the 14k round to Butler Point.
Butler Point, yeah, that left.
That's where we want to go.
Yeah. Marsham.
Cool.
My favourite gatekeeper.
So she said on the email just to open up the gate and come in, and that bus has come up here to a car park, so it's all part of the adventure.
It's a pretty stunning spot though, right out on the point, isn't it?
No car park yet, but some beautiful views.
So here we are at Butler Point, parked the van up on the grass and waiting for our tour guide. There's so many stunning pohutukara trees around the point here. This one's one of the oldest in the area. So our tour guide arrived. I don't want to push the camera in her face, and also we couldn't record in the actual museum itself, but we did do some recording of her telling the story about Butler Point while we're looking out at the old whaling boat.
Butler, he was an English whaler, and of course this property's named after him. And he was 14 when he ran away from home, and he joined a whale ship, and off he went. And he worked as a whaler for 10 years before he became his own captain, or master of his own whale ship. And that's where the records start. Where we start to see more about Captain William Butler once he's the captain. Still a lot of research to be done as to which ships he crewed on, but it's very time consuming doing research. Anyway, he was operating out of Port Jackson in Australia, and by that time the whale ships of course had been frequenting the northern part of New Zealand. And the best ports to go to, and the biggest ports were, of course, the Bay of Islands and Manganui. In perfect location because a lot of the whaling grounds were in the far north. So it was a very good location for them to come and get their supplies and provisions. So Butler had been coming in here for quite a while before he decided in 1838 to purchase land and set up a trading post. So we went into a look around the Butler house. This was named after William Butler, who lived there with his wife. And he wasn't a whaler, but he set up a trading post for the whalers in the area, and they came and bought goods and services from him, and he was hugely successful. The woman that lives in the house today was the direct descendant and had been passed down the line.
So we're heading off after the tour. Check out Hee Hee first before we go.
This is obviously the Hee Hee beach. Away as well, actually. It's a boat ramp.
Just looking at the motor camp.
It's quite handy to the beach. So we're just saying goodbye to Manganui after staying just down the road at the bowling club. We've been to Hee Hee to the museum, and we're going to go up around Kaale Peninsula where there's about 3 options to stay, so we'll have a look at each one of them and see how we go.
We'll leave you with the sun coming up on the Kaale Peninsula. Catch you next episode.